in a strange dream, I saw a gigantic UFO floating silently in the sky, glowing with mysterious lights. When I woke up, the image was still vivid in my mind and inspired me to turn that vision into reality. Using simple materials and a bold imagination, I began the journey of building my very own UFO flying saucer. To begin, I used a metal rod to draw large circles on the workshop floor, shaping the UFO. Then alien-style windows and patterns gradually appeared. From the very first sketches on the sand, the UFO mold gradually took shape through a handmade process combining sand and cement. Each layer of sand was carefully shaped, compacted, and refined before being coated with cement to harden the surface. Through the smoothing and detailing process, the iconic UFO features slowly emerged, completing the mold for the next stages of construction. Once the UFO mold was completed, resin and fiberglass layers were reinforced by hand to create a strong outer shell for the UFO body. Once the fiberglass and resin fully hardened, the UFO body became stronger and more solid. The excess edges were rounded, sanded, and polished by hand to refine the surface for the next construction stages. The hexagonal patterns were carefully sketched, cut, and handcrafted, giving the UFO the appearance of futuristic armor panels. Next, the details were installed onto the mold and coated with white paint to create a mysterious and modern look. Layers of resin and fiberglass were then reinforced to complete the structure, allowing the UFO body to gradually reveal sharp details, solid strength, and a striking sci-fi appearance. The lower body of the UFO was reinforced with spiderweb-like fiberglass layers and mechanical bolts to improve strength and durability. The bottom surface was then treated and reinforced with additional fiberglass layers to complete the structure. The main engine and mechanical frame were gradually installed into the UFO body, forming the heart of the machine. Components were aligned, bolted in place, and reinforced with fiberglass to improve strength and complete the lower load-bearing structure. The lower body was sanded smooth and coated with a deep black finish, giving the UFO a strong and modern appearance. Next, the hexagonal window frames were crafted, sharpened, and carefully refined, making the spacecraft look sharper and more futuristic. I continued assembling the curved exhaust system, steering shaft, and mechanical linkages to complete the UFO propulsion system. Every component was carefully aligned to ensure stable and precise operation throughout the entire mechanism. Next, the interior pilot seat was installed while the machine frame was further reinforced with fiberglass to improve structural strength. After completing the mechanical and interior sections, the entire outer surface was coated with a matte finish, giving the UFO a powerful, mysterious, and futuristic sci-fi appearance. The door section was separately crafted and reinforced with fiberglass. Each panel was carefully cut, sanded, and manually aligned to perfectly fit the prepared frame, creating a smooth and seamless spacecraft surface. The handmade steel hinge system was carefully fabricated and installed to connect the door with the main body. After alignment and finishing the joints, the UFO door gradually operated more securely, smoothly, and seamlessly with the overall structure. The door frame was further coated to match the entire UFO body, creating a smoother and more modern appearance for the spacecraft. Inside the door, reinforcing fabric was carefully measured, cut, and applied to improve the structural strength. To allow the UFO door to open and close automatically like a real futuristic spacecraft, I began integrating 2 mini electric motors and a remote control system directly into the door frame. The linkages, drive shafts, and mechanical components were further crafted, aligned, and lubricated to ensure smooth and precise operation. The entire system was connected to a remote control circuit for real-world testing. Through multiple adjustments and operation tests, the UFO door gradually opened and closed more smoothly, securely, and seamlessly with the spacecraft body, creating a modern futuristic sci-fi feel. To complete the UFO interior, I lined the entire cabin with fabric to cover rough structural details and create a softer, more futuristic cockpit atmosphere. Multicolor LED lighting, control panels, and gauges were installed, while the electrical circuits were soldered and carefully tested to ensure stable operation throughout the system. To prepare for operation, I installed the fuel tank in a secure position inside the UFO body. The fuel lines were then connected and carefully arranged to ensure stable fuel delivery while maintaining balance throughout the entire structure. To improve UFO speed control, I crafted a custom throttle pedal from solid steel bars. The components were measured, cut, welded, and polished before being installed into the cockpit and tested for operation. After the door frame and cockpit were completed, glass panels were installed into each hexagonal section and carefully sealed to prevent water from entering inside. To provide a stable electrical power source for the UFO, I began soldering together small solar panels before installing them onto the spacecraft surface. The connections were carefully soldered and tested for current flow to ensure stable power transmission. Then, the entire system was securely mounted onto the spacecraft body. From dreams of a distant and mysterious alien civilization, I was determined to turn imagination into reality. After countless days of dedication and craftsmanship, the UFO spacecraft was finally completed. Watching the UFO glide powerfully across the water, I realized that creativity truly has no limits. This is not only a unique machine, but also a journey of transforming imagination into reality through passion, persistence, and an endless spirit of exploration. Every detail of the spacecraft was built not only with materials and engineering, but also with the desire to achieve what once seemed impossible. Just as humanity has always looked toward the skies in pursuit of its greatest dreams.